Summary and review of Alan Greenspan's The Age of Turbulence, Adventures in a New World. Introduction. The Age of Turbulence, Adventures in a New World by Alan Greenspan is both a memoir and an economic treatise, offering readers a unique insight into the mind of one of the most influential central bankers of the modern era. Published in 2007, the book covers Greenspan's life, his tenure as chairman of the Federal Reserve from 1987 to 2006, and his reflections on the economic challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. The book is divided into two parts. The first half focuses on Greenspan's personal experiences, and the second half delves into his analysis of economic trends and policies. Paris, memoir. Early life and career. Greenspan begins with a detailed account of his early life, from his upbringing in New York City to his academic pursuits at New York University and Columbia University. He describes his initial fascination with economics and his early career as a consultant in the private sector. Greenspan's early exposure to the business world, particularly through his mentor Arthur Burns, shaped his economic philosophy and prepared him for his future role in public service. Rise to prominence. Greenspan's journey to prominence began in the 1970s when he served as the chairman of the Council of Economic Advisers under President Gerald Ford. During this period, he gained a reputation for his analytical rigor and ability to navigate complex economic issues. Greenspan recounts his experiences working with various administrations, highlighting the challenges of balancing political pressures with sound economic policy. Chairmanship of the Federal Reserve. The centerpiece of the memoir is Greenspan's tenure as chairman of the Federal Reserve. Appointed by President Ronald Reagan in 1987, he led the Fed through a period of significant economic change, including the 1987 stock market crash, the 1990s tech boom, the Asian financial crisis, and the aftermath of the September 11th attacks. Greenspan provides a behind-the-scenes look at the decision-making processes during these critical moments, offering insights into how he and his colleagues managed economic crises and shaped monetary policy. Greenspan emphasizes the importance of data-driven decision-making and his belief in the power of free markets. He discusses his efforts to maintain price stability and manage inflation while fostering economic growth. Throughout this section, Greenspan reflects on the complexities of monetary policy and the challenges of predicting economic behavior in an increasingly interconnected world. Part 2. Economic Analysis and Predictions. Globalization and Technological Change. In the second half of the book, Greenspan shifts from memoir to economic analysis, exploring the forces that have shaped the global economy in recent decades. He begins with an examination of globalization and technological change, arguing that these forces have fundamentally altered the structure of economies and the nature of work. Greenspan discusses the benefits of globalization, including increased efficiency and innovation, but also acknowledges the challenges it poses, such as income inequality and job displacement. He argues that technological advancements, particularly in information technology, have transformed industries and boosted productivity. However, he also warns of the potential for economic dislocation and the need for policies that support workers affected by these changes. Greenspan advocates for education and training programs to help workers adapt to the new economic landscape. The role of central banks. Greenspan provides an in-depth analysis of the role of central banks in the modern economy. He discusses the evolution of central banking and the importance of maintaining independence from political influence. Greenspan defends the Federal Reserve's policies during his tenure, particularly the decision to keep interest rates low in the early 2000s, which he argues was necessary to prevent deflation. However, he also addresses the criticism that these policies contributed to the housing bubble and the financial crisis of 2007 to 2008. Greenspan admits that he underestimated the risks associated with the housing market and the complexity of financial derivatives. He calls for better regulation of the financial sector and greater transparency to prevent future crises. Global imbalances and economic growth. Another key theme in the book is the issue of global imbalances, particularly the trade imbalances between the United States and countries like China. Greenspan discusses the implications of these imbalances for global economic stability and the potential risks they pose. He argues that while trade deficits are not inherently problematic, they can become unsustainable if not addressed through structural reforms. Greenspan also explores the factors driving economic growth, including capital accumulation, innovation, and labor market dynamics. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining a stable macroeconomic environment and fostering conditions conducive to entrepreneurship and investment. Greenspan is optimistic about the long-term prospects for economic growth, but he cautions that policymakers must remain vigilant to the risks of inflation, asset bubbles, and financial instability. The future of the global economy. In the final chapters, Greenspan offers his predictions for the future of the global economy. He discusses the potential challenges and opportunities posed by demographic changes, environmental issues, and geopolitical tensions. Greenspan highlights the importance of adapting to a rapidly changing world and the need for policies that promote flexibility and resilience in the face of uncertainty. He expresses concerns about the sustainability of social welfare programs in the face of aging populations and rising healthcare costs. Greenspan argues for reforms to entitlement programs and a greater emphasis on personal responsibility in retirement planning. He also addresses the potential impact of climate change on the global economy and the need for coordinated international efforts to address environmental challenges. Review and critical analysis. Strengths. 1. Insightful perspective. Greenspan's insider perspective offers a rare glimpse into the workings of the Federal Reserve and the challenges of managing monetary policy during times of economic turbulence. His detailed accounts of key economic events and crises provide valuable lessons for policymakers and economists. 2. Balanced analysis. Greenspan presents a balanced analysis of the benefits and challenges of globalization, technological change, and central banking. He acknowledges the complexities of economic policymaking and the trade-offs involved in managing growth, inflation, and financial stability. 3. Intellectual rigor. The book reflects Greenspan's deep understanding of economic theory and his ability to apply this knowledge to real-world situations. His discussions of global imbalances, economic growth, and the future of the global economy are grounded in rigorous analysis and supported by empirical evidence. 4. Engaging narrative. Despite the technical nature of some of the content, Greenspan's writing is engaging and accessible. He successfully combines memoir with economic analysis, making the book appealing to both general readers and those with a background in economics. Weaknesses. 1. Defensiveness on criticism. While Greenspan addresses the criticisms of his tenure, particularly regarding the housing bubble and the financial crisis, his defense of the Fed's policies may come across as somewhat defensive. Some readers might feel that he downplays the role of loose monetary policy in contributing to the crisis. 2. Limited focus on social and environmental issues. Although Greenspan touches on social welfare and environmental challenges, these topics receive relatively limited attention compared to his analysis of economic growth and globalization. Readers looking for a deeper exploration of these issues may find this section lacking in depth. 3. Overemphasis on free markets. Greenspan's strong belief in the power of free markets is evident throughout the book. While he acknowledges the need for regulation, some readers may find his emphasis on market solutions to be overly optimistic, particularly in light of the financial crisis and subsequent debates about the role of government intervention in the economy. Conclusion. The Age of Turbulence, Adventures in a New World is a compelling blend of memoir and economic analysis, offering readers a unique perspective on the challenges and opportunities of the global economy. Alan Greenspan's insights into the workings of the Federal Reserve, his reflections on economic trends, and his predictions for the future make this book a valuable resource for anyone interested in economics, finance, and public policy. The book's strengths lie in its detailed accounts of economic events, its balanced analysis of complex issues, and its engaging narrative style. However, its weaknesses include a somewhat defensive stance on criticism, limited focus on social and environmental issues, and a strong emphasis on free markets. Overall, The Age of Turbulence is a thought-provoking and informative read that offers valuable lessons for understanding the dynamics of the modern economy and the role of central banks in shaping economic policy. It provides a comprehensive overview of the economic forces that have shaped the world in recent decades and offers insights into the challenges that lie ahead in an increasingly turbulent global landscape.